Good morning, Cowboy Jim here in Fort Mac, McMurray, This isn't really northern Alberta, but it's a lot further north than the south is, let me tell you. Anyways, had a couple of days, went out amongst the English, and headed south to a little place called Olds, Alberta, and met with my lawyer. Oh my, what a joy that was. Did a thing that is called a mediation between people who have chosen not to get along. And what that means is it's called the finalization of a divorce. And last time I went south, I slept in my truck in the parking lot of my lawyer. And so I certainly wasn't late, let me tell you. Oh, gee, no. And this time I managed to have the joy and the privilege, geez, I knocked my toothpicks over, of spending some time with my eldest son and his lady and ate some good cooking. My goodness, I know how to cook, and that woman, she knows how to make lasagna, and it was really good. Anyways, went in, and to give you an understanding, if you haven't had a divorce that actually encompasses the separation of wealth from one partner or the other, well, you're blessed. Let me tell you. What justification is there to maintain a degree of love that will allow you the joy of waking up beside a woman and or whatever, if you know what I'm saying, your partner, let's say, in the morning, and you look at that partner and you say, I'm kind of glad I'm here. You say, I am not the most perfect marriage partner in the world, but there's a very good chance that the person lying next to me is. Now, you might say that's a bit delusional. Well, you might be right. But if you get to know Scripture a little bit, it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Well, it's kind of the power of positive thinking. Well, that's not that bad. So you wake up in the morning and you look at the one you just have given your heart to. Oh my. Oh, I don't mean a woman. Well, I'm a man. Come on. So if you know what I'm saying. You you look at that person and you say, I don't want to live without this. In my instance, this lady. No, you look at that woman next to you, which incidentally I haven't had the privilege of doing for a long time. Well, it could be how I look, or it could be, well, it could be a lot of things. But if you look at that person who you once fell in love with, and you say, I can't live without her. It's not that I don't want to. I can't. Because I said this to a lady not that terrible long ago. She kind of sloughed me off a little bit. I said, it's not that I don't want to live without you. I can't live without you. And, well, sometimes what you might think is really important doesn't mean a blessed thing to the person you're saying it to. But anyways, oh, gee whiz. Anyways, okay. Let's concentrate. I'll try. It's very difficult. I had the joy of watching my last ex wife. Oh, by the way, I have never divorced. Oh, I may have divorced the first one, but the last two, they divorced me. I told them, I've tried really hard. All three of them, not on the same occasion, but they said the same thing. We know. You're the most trying person they had ever met. That was not a compliment. Anyways, I sat with my lawyer on video conference thing. It's kind of like this, interactive, and a mediator. And I looked at that man and I thought, you're going to determine whether or not I have 100 grand or 220. And I thought, I like you. So I told him. And he said, well, where are you and your lawyer at? I said, or my lawyer said, in Olds. Oh, he said, I grew up in Didsbury. I looked at the guy and I thought, I don't remember him. And I told him, I said, I lived 9 years at the Didsbury Overpass. He said, really? I said, yeah, and Ole Sorensen's old house. Oh my, we got along good. But then I looked at that lady that I'd been married to for 19 years. And I'd actually turned her son into the RCMP for making crystal something and pipe bombs. She didn't like me. Well, he didn't like me either. The son. But anyways, I sat and I watched our legal system at work. I want you people down around Olds. Well, perhaps being close to Olds is not a criteria. But I watched a lawyer and his office staff and the other lawyers who worked under his tutelage, direction, and I watched a man who cared for the person sitting across from him, who was his client, patient, not really patient. Oh, geez. Oh, no. And I thought, I'm glad I'm here. His name, Brent Carlisle. Oh, he's taller than I am, but most are. I never understood that. I always kind of queried God a little and said, what did you do? You made me not tall. He never did answer me about that. Anyways, doesn't matter. If you're down in Olds area and you're looking for a lawyer and you want what is called fair representation, well, I highly recommend Brent Carlisle. Carlisle Law. He'll do right by you. Anyways, he said, Jim, I have had thousands of clients whom I have represented over the years, he said. He said, I've never met anyone like you. I said, that's because there's nobody like me. I mean, what would you think of God? Take a look here, okay? I still have hair. I still have my sense of humor. What would you think of the reality of God if he had made two people like me? Oh, I think you'd question it. I told Brent as I was walking out of the office, oh, I have to go back again, eh? I mean, mediator, ex-wife. I told the mediator, I said, I said, when I married that woman, she was on the same video conference thing. I said, I was truly in love with her. In my mind, I truly was. I I found out a year ago, January. I didn't know what love was. Um, I I I didn't, and and I I had the privilege and the honor of meeting a nutritionist, and I thought, son, you've been married 3 times. You don't have a clue what marriage is about. Well, I had kind of, but I sure didn't have a clue what love was all about. But I found out it only took about 4 minutes. I never even got to hold the lady's hand. But I tell you this, I told the mediator, I said, I've sat here and I've spoken the truth. And I said, I cannot believe that a person can sit there and lie. I've never seen the like of it. I can't tell when a person's lying to me. It's possibly a good thing. But anyways, I'm going to try to keep these short. Anyone down around Calgary to Edmonton, you need a good lawyer. There's one in Knowles. His name, Brent Carlisle. God bless you. Hey, I have a bunch of really good stories from my trip. We're going to get to them. I think this is 330, but I'm not sure. We'll find out.